What's up? What's up? What's up? Oh man, I think this is going to be an interesting conversation, an interesting day. I hope that everybody enjoys this joint. I think it's going to be something spectacular. I think it's going to be something that's worthwhile to talk about, even though probably everybody talked it out to death. It's funny because a lot of brothers do not understand that 92 class of woman. It's funny. And what makes it interesting is that I see this shit around all the time. I've dated these class of women predominantly. They always want to reach higher and higher, but so many of them are so inert when it comes to social cues and respect that it's almost not even concurrent, if that makes sense. A lot of them don't even want to understand what's being talked about. A lot of them don't even comprehend what they're asking for. So many people say, well, she threw in the towel. She didn't throw in the towel. She knew what it was. It was inevitable. Didn't Thanos warn you? What did he say to the Avengers? I'm inevitable. When you focus on something, guess what? There's other parts of the equation that gets the attention. Simply put, you want to be a high priced lawyer? You want to be a judge? You want to be a TV personality? Something has to give. Time has to be molded. When you had a husband, you divorced him. Why? If you notice the behavior of how many women think they're better than their men, especially when you get to this class, yes, throughout all the classes, they think they're better. But this is when it's really pronounced. This is when it's really shown. This is the class that's dedicated on the good life. Even though most of these chicks are from the hood, but they want the good life. They'll put themselves in debt with all this so called education, but they want the good life. They want somebody to be the financier of their lifestyle, which I think is messed up to a degree. It's very messed up if you're not going to pay You're part of the bargain. If you don't pay your part of the bargain, what's the point? What's the point? They want you to facilitate. They don't want to be the helpmate. They don't want to be the quintessential. What's up, Donnie Mac? What's up, free agent? They want somebody to sign the check, a blank check, and not ask what the fuck's going on with the money. I've dated women like this. These are the type of women who will have a baby by a dude, and of course she makes more money by the dude, be with him for 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 10 years, and never married. If the guy you had a baby by never married you, and you were with each other for 5 years, why should I marry you? When somebody you gave the greatest gift of having their genetic code go into the next generation didn't see you as a wife. I'm going to say this: your education, your money, your career, your clothes, your travels does not make you a wife. Too many of you do not value being someone who can actually serve. Think about it. The President of the United States' first duty is to serve the people. A police officer's duty is to serve the people. A doctor's first duty is to serve the people. But for some odd reason, you tell that to a modern woman, you're cursing her out. You're disrespecting her. And I want you to realize this. A lot of these women will go on and think that their grandmothers and great grandmothers were miserable cooking for their grandfathers or great grandfathers. When truth be told and studies are done, they were happier than you. They probably outlived you. They were probably 9 times out of 10 more fulfilled. I want you to think about it. This is somebody who has it all. You're a TV judge, you're a lawyer, educated, you got money, you make millions a year, but you can't get the ultimate prize. See, the 92 class, in many ways, are the Charles Barkley of relationships. They're great, no ring. They're great, no glory. You did all this for what? You didn't put a value. You didn't put a value on your time with a man. He can wait. He can wait. And the last time I checked, there's a there's a defining line between the 92 man versus the 92 woman. You only got 10 years. And that's just when you graduate college. 10 years. 10 years. Let's be fair. From 14 to around 30, to almost 30, actually 27 for the average looking woman to get where she's at the prime of her life and beauty. But if we're talking about legal married age or current legal married age, from 18 to 27, 28, maybe 30 if you look half decent and keep yourself in shape. But when you see the problems with obesity and overweight that plagues the community, especially for the women, there you go. When you had at the height of your beauty, at the height of your prestige, you were told the biggest lie ever. You can wait. I just have to ask this question. Hey, Kareem, I just have to ask this question. And this is not even a knock. Has that been successful for you? Ultimately, we're going to have to ask that question. Has the track record been successful? How many wins compared to how many losses? I'm going to give an example of Robert F. Smith, hallowed be his name, when he paid 400 students their freedom papers from debt from Morehouse, which is somewhere in the, not only did he pay their debt, but also the parents' debt that was connected to their education that they were paying for their children. 37 to 41, $42 million roughly. You had 400 men, young men who were viable. Yeah, I don't have a cash app. They took it away from me. Damn YouTube. Here it is. I talk about interesting stuff, but you talk about aborting black male babies, you can always make 100,000 subscribers. But that's here nor there. Here nor there. I want you to think about this. No relationship will ever be perfect, of course. But the best possible man, the most educated people you'll be around, and the most setting is college. College. I want you to think about this. College. Not one time did people like Ebony K say, I want to go around and I want to invest into my work and my man. I'm going to lock down something and really show the world how it's done. No, she had to be the go-getter. Had to be the breadwinner. Has that strategy been winning for you? Has that strategy been successful? And we don't even have to talk about Ebony K. We could talk about a lot of these chicks out here. You don't want to date a guy who says, "Yeah, she got her own house. We're gonna be good." No, you don't. You want the guy who has a bigger house than you. You want the guy who can take you on a trip, who could pay half your bills, if not all of them. Hell, I just spoke to one of my exes the other day. She's 40 something, 46, 47, dating a 60 plus year old man. He got a little bit of money paying half her fucking shit. And here's the part, knowing who she is, knowing her attitude, she's gonna fuck it up. And I wish no ill will towards her, but I know the personality and I know the person. You want somebody who could facilitate your lifestyle that you cannot do on your own. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm not paying no half a fucking rent mortgage for no chick, especially if I'm not permanently living with you, especially if I'm not married to you. I'm not that desperate. But then it also shows you where you are at the scheme of things. You couldn't get a guy who's the same age as you to do it. You had to go 20 years older. What's up, Sir Sun 7 and Q Savage? And I told that to my ex. You had to go someone 20 years older because the guys who were the same age as you don't want you. They're going younger. You know why? Because they can do it and you can't. See, men are born with the fact of the matter. We know the world isn't fair for us. I'm okay with not being a human being. I'm okay with being a human doing. I'm okay with that. But just like I said about my protector series, I want you to realize this. There are certain privileges that goes with being a protector, just like there are certain privileges that goes with being a man. Because you did not get the fairness or being propped up with ultimate protection while you were younger, like a woman or a girl would, because you had to build yourself up and earn your way, there are certain privileges that you can afford. Hit the Cash App, hit the Super Chat, please. When we look at these issues, we're going to have to say, what is the problem? Do I blame Ebony for what she likes? No, no, no. I will not blame her for what she likes. I am agreeing that you should be like anybody else who has a preference. I am agreeing that you should have your own preference. But you have to respect the preference of the men of your class as well. That's the issue that's fundamentally fucked up. That's the issue that is fundamentally not understood. I respect the type of men that a woman would want and like and desire, but you better respect the type of women that man who's in your class desires as well. And there's only in the army, when you take a test, there's only two answers you could get, go or no go. But that's not fair. Life ain't fair. Didn't I just say that men are okay with life not being fair? It's y'all who don't care for that. You're the ones who don't agree with it. There's a philosophical issue that is disturbing. And yes, I do agree, free agent. You can prefer all you want. Can you get it? And what happens, what you find out with this class, is the answer is no. See, a lot of these chicks fundamentally, when they're focused on school, they lose something. It's just like a guy, if he doesn't work out, he might lose muscle mass, he might gain body fat. There's an ebb and flow. The atrophy that goes on with women who focus so much on their education and career as they lack the social cues and grace on how to attract and keep a man. I know I ain't shit. Go ahead, tell me. I ain't shit. Never gonna be shit. The fact of the matter is, these women are unfulfilled because one, they screwed themselves. They screwed themselves. I would say the same thing for a guy who's training for a fight. Insert wrestling, boxing, judo, jiu-jitsu, MMA, kickboxing, Russian sambo, whatever. If you do not put the preparation for the fight, you're bound to lose. So what happens when you don't put the preparation into getting the man that's right for you, the highest class of man? See, I can almost make an excuse for the 87s and 85s. But the 89s on up, mm-mm. Because the 89 is usually somebody with an associate's or bachelor's, or at least, you got a career type job, or at least the entry level career type job. And the 92s, you should know better. But what is it? What is it? Deep down inside, you're failing. Deep down inside, you're starting to look a little sad, a little pathetic. Hit the likes, share. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. Almost at 4,000 subscribers. Hit the cash app because we just don't get super chat anymore. Huh? I want to let you know this. You are okay with whatever you desire. Just make sure whatever you desire desires you. BGS just played the video yesterday. about how much she stated that it took to freeze your eggs. In order to get two solid eggs, you got to get 20. And she spent over what? Anywhere from 30 to $45,000. How much does the average female make in Black America? Around 29 to 31,000. And a lot of you are telling this shit to women who cannot afford to wait. You may hate me, you may not like me, but you can never say I wasn't for you. Sometimes the toughest medicine is the best for you. Believe it or not, I want to see black women married, but I'm also black pill. And like the master teacher would say, I'm very much a pragmatist, amoral. I don't have morality, I have a code. If you choose to fail, that's on you. Yep. Super chat is gone. I either do PayPal or Cash App. I think fundamentally, when we look at the black community dating and mating strategy, it's not just backwards, it's unreasonable. Okay? So many of our community truly think that you don't need a father to raise proper children. And once again, we got to go by not what we feel, but what the evidence provides. Are we successful at this shit? Are we successful? But for some reason, in the black community, it is very popular to keep running with a foolish plan. And when I tell these ladies, look, you're in college. If I had a daughter, you're in college. Get the best possible man you could get. But for some reason, y'all love messing with these dumbass dudes who were never worth sugar honey iced tea. I feel sorry for some of you guys with daughters, man, because I don't care how much you talk to your daughter. That culture has a rear naked choke over our women. And when they pick men to have children by, they do not pick the best ones. How can you go to college and you're with some of the best and brightest black men you'll ever see? And for some odd reason, you go against the grain just to do what? Just to do what? Put yourself in perpetual poverty. Struggle. I'm sorry, I don't believe that you should struggle to get love. That's against my religious beliefs. That's how you know we're backwards. We believe in struggle love. Why should I struggle to be loved or to love you? You have people like Miss Ebony who knows that she's past her prime of having children by 10 to 15 years. I don't want to hear about somebody, my aunt, my mom had children in their 40s. Yeah, go ask them women if they really, really rather have their children in their 20s or their 40s. That shit will kill you. Okay? We're going to have to be very realistic about this. I've dated a lot of women in this class. A lot of them. And every time you date these women, they're always looking for the next big thing. I want you to think about that. They're looking for the next big thing. They look at you as an accessory and not as a husband, not as a mate. I want you to realize this. You go into these relationships, you go into these situationships blinded, failed, and the only thing that you can come up with is that these men were dusty. These men were not on my level. Then damn, who is? And it's no different than what I told my ex about her behavior. You have a tendency to fuck it up. You're like Thanos in the comic books, not the shit you see in Endgame, but in the comic books. He has a subconscious reasoning of failure. You say you want to get married. No, you don't. You just want to have marriage. Just like your education, you just want to put it down on your resume. I was married once. I was married once. You don't know the first thing about being cooperative. You don't know the first thing about being submissive. You don't know the first thing about being a team player. You don't want to get on a man's program. You want that man to be on your program. Think about it. When you date women in this class, they're not the nicest and most compassionate people. They tend to be very bossy. There's very few of them that are actually sweethearts. It goes back to what I said about the atrophy of their social skills, especially towards attracting and keeping men. I want you to realize these things is that when you have people like this in a class, eventually something is going to give. Eventually something is going to give. There's a reason why men have choice later on in life. Because one, our reproductive system does not work the same way. too. Time is on our side. Time is on our side. The biggest lie feminism have told you that we are equals. The truth is, for all you 92s and higher, I'll even go down to the 89s. Time isn't on your side. I'll even be truthful about some things. When I turned 40 last year, 40-year-old women started to look different to me. They were not as attractive. You started to see things like, why is this chick bringing up old shit? Even from her past relationship, she's treating me a certain way. And then you have to say, why would I deal with this? Fundamentally, why would I deal with it? Why would I deal with it if I don't have to? And you're right, line 917. You don't have to. I really think that they should have a class about men in college for these young women because for so long you were taught that you were the sun and everything is circular and orbiting your gravitational pull. So reality dictates what? Despite all your rage, you're nothing but a rat in a cage. You find out the world does not revolve around you. You find out you are not the Alpha and the Omega. You find out that you're not the most important thing out there. I'm a guy who's 41. I can attract a chick who's 21. It is very hard. It is very hard for a female to attract a 21-year-old male unless she is easy. Unless she's buying him something. The tables have turned. And the reason why she would do that is because she's not getting the attention or the penis that she wants from the guys that she prefer. Remember I said about preference? You could prefer all you want, but can you get it? I want you to see this. Can you truly get it? What do you offer? Well, that's the problem. They can't keep or get it. And when you look at this 92 lifestyle, especially if they're 92 climbers, you got to realize they don't want to go back. They always keep climbing. There's no top of the rungs of that ladder. What's up, Art New Style? The teacher sport now. Like, share, subscribe, people. We got the Art New Style tax. Donate to the Cash App. Donate to the Cash App, people. See, 92s are never, ever in the mindset of working with you. Because even if they're helping you, it's for their goal, not yours. Okay? It's always for their goal. If you become a doctor and they have an MBA, they can brag to their friends about it. It makes their status that much greater. That much greater. I'm starting to think that I don't think too many of them are capable of true love. Starting to think that a lot of them are what one would say incapacitated when it comes to love and feelings. Excuse me. I'm starting to believe that they're incapacitated. You never ever heard Ebony K or people of her ilk ever speak on what they can do for a man. Not one time. Not once. Not once did she speak on can she cultivate a man. Not once did she speak on I can support a dude. I could take the background. No. See, the one thing about power that people forget is that it's intoxicating. How many people give up power? How many people give up control? I want you to understand this shit. Hold on, folks. I want you to realize this. How many of them are able to give up control? Because if you're a dedicated listener to my channel, please answer this one question for me. Rule number one. The first rule of protection is what? What's the first rule of protection? Somebody answer it in the chat. What's the first rule of protection? I know somebody got the answer. The first rule of protection. There you go. Thank you, Mr. Babylon. Obedience. Obedience. Does does a woman like Ebony K look like an obedient woman? The first rule of protection is obedience. Does she look like a person you could tell her, hey, don't go outside tonight. It looks dangerous. Instead of listening to the sound judgment of her man, I'm strong and independent. You can't tell me what to do. On a side note, is it just me, or how many chicks out there sound like Eric Cartman from South Park? Ah, you can't tell me what to do. You can't tell me what to do. Catch me outside. How about that? Just defiant, just as arrogant, just as conniving. Get themselves in some shit. They still expect you to rescue them. I had one of my exes tell me, I'm a woman. I have the right to be, confused and disoriented. And I'm just like, wow. You want to argue me up and down about being a man, but you want the right to be rescued. I'm sorry, Lois Lane. I can't go for that. No, no, no. No can do. I want you to think about that. Why would a man deal with a disobedient woman? A curmudgeon. Somebody who's surly. Surly to the motherfucker. That's the Cash App, people. Hit the Cash App. We're gonna have some goals from now on. We're gonna have some goals. Shout out to Dr. Thunder with his buy him a sandwich. We're gonna get some cognac in the building, some cigars for all my niggas. But I want you to think about this. How much of a stress and hazard would it be on your life and your person to be with someone who's as defiant and hard headed as an Ebony K? It took real life situations for her to even humbly say what Kevin Samuels said 2 years ago, what the Manosphere said 10 years ago. She had to admit defeat. She had to tap out to superior logic. And this is a goddamn lawyer, an experienced attorney. I'm gonna point this out to you real quick. By no means, Ebony K. Williams is not an attractive woman. She's a very attractive woman. So if a very attractive woman has to freeze her fucking eggs, what what hope is there for the average or the below average in looks women have to offer? What do you gain out of following such a doctrine of failure? What do you gain? You go through all this education, all these jobs just to wallow in obsolescence. All these men are dusty, right? All these men are dusty. Show us the ones that aren't. I'm going to tell you the same question I asked Cynthia G all them years ago. What's the opposite of a beta male coon? What's the opposite of a dusty? Prove it to me that you even know what you speak of. Because I think it's very pathetic to be an extremely attractive woman who freezes her fucking eggs. I think it's pathetic. I think it's sad that you're so much of an unsavory woman that you have to do that. You can't find anybody who enjoys your time and you enjoy theirs. You don't even look at the personality. Shout out to Mr. To Childs for the $20 holla, baby. Woo! Don't forget, we're doing, if Dr. Thunder has the sandwich, I'm getting a cognac and cigars, my niggas. Woo! I want you to think about this. I want you to think about this. You're paying $50,000 for a procedure that can that has a high rate of failure. A high rate of failure. See, see, I want to get to Iman Perry's statement. She called Kevin Samuels mediocre. Wow, using his talking points. You know why? There's an old saying they say down south, hit dogs holler. You throw a rock at that motherfucker, you're gonna burp. It's like a sneaky little hook. She knew what the truth was. She was delaying the inevitable. I love it. What's up, Cuzzo? What's up, man? Shout out to Salty Balls. Think about this. Not only are you paying $50,000 for something that has a good degree of failure, but you're also putting your health at risk. And we have to say, Ebony K. Williams ain't no ugly broad. She is not. There's a bit of a failure. I just want to point that out. If she can't get the man she wants, and she's a millionaire, a TV personality, she has a JD, basically a doctorate in law, a lawyer, a judge. What fucking hope does that give the average woman? See, this is the difference between men and between women. I'll give you two examples, right? Obsidian. He says that he's talking to the everyday brother. Made a very good distinction of who's his target audience is. Take the late great Kevin Samuels. He respects the hardworking man, the blue collar man, but he also talks about the high value man. See, what a lot of these chicks will not tell you is that they'll have a lot of this rhetoric on the airways and internet, and they will lump all black women into the same category, which is fundamentally disingenuous. The 92 does not have the same problems as the 85, the hood chick. Hell, the 89s don't have the same problems as the hood chicks. If you're with somebody for 10 fucking years, you're a side chick or first level girlfriend at best. You ever notice? And shout out to Ninja person. 92 women on the bad side want designer everything. At this point, they want designer babies. Exactly. What she's doing is that she wants to give birth to Steve Rogers in the laboratory. I bet you she wants somebody who has the trait of curly hair, light colored eyes. You ever heard the movie? What is it? 10 years a slave, 7 years a slave. Shit. How about 10 years a side chick? If you got an ambitious man who's willing to work hard and dedicate himself to you and the family, there's a little piece of advice I want to give you. Shut the fuck up. Shut the entire fuck up and take that man. Salty Ball said it's mindset. They would rather put in 100% effort for 10% return on being careers than a higher or than get a higher return working for her man. I don't want to tell you how many times that I've dated women in relationships with them, and I would tell them I would listen to him. One of my exes is like almost $200,000 in debt from education and makes nowhere near enough to pay it. And this is how this 92 class of woman thinks, right? I want y'all to really listen. Because I'm a veteran, a lot of her debt, if not all her debt, will be forgiven if she would have married me. You chicks are not even smart enough to take advantage of the men in your life. That's the reason why I'm doing this show today. See, I've dated these types of women, okay? I've dated the educated class of women. 90% of the women I've dated are educated. Hell, apparently I'm in the intelligence class so much you probably do need a bachelor's or master's just to hold a fucking conversation with me. Because I'm a veteran and hopefully soon I'll get my 100% disability. Come on, VA. Come on. I don't even pay property tax in the state of Maryland. I had one chick I'm talking to. She's like, wish I didn't have to pay property tax. I said you wouldn't if you married me. And she was quiet as a church mouse after that. See, a lot of women will invest in a career, education, but the most lucrative deal that you will ever invest into is a damn good man. Man. You know what, Iman? Shout out to the young chicks who actually grabbing up military dudes. I'd rather you go for the military dude than go for the hood dude who ain't got shit, and then that child becomes a burden to the world. Whatever happened to teaching our daughters what a good man looks like? And it's saying, learn how to shut the fuck. Here's one thing you got to do for all my black women out there. At some point, shut the fuck up. Men don't like to argue. Why do you think we'll leave out? We'll give you deference many of times. Sometimes you do have to shut the fuck up as well as we do. We love shutting the fuck up. No rhyme, no reason. We don't want the hate. We don't want the hit. But you're trying to fucking defeat us like you're fighting Skeletor or some shit. No, nah, nah, nah. Here it is. A lot of 92 women don't even see the potential that man has. Your life would be easy if you had a damn good man who could protect you. But no, I want to do this the hard way. I want to do this the difficult way. I never thought in my mind till actually studying. Shout out to Dr. Dunbar. I'm Panther, he's Tiger. The architect, baby. I never understood this until a few years ago that a lot of women in our culture believes in struggle love up and down the social economic ladder. Everything about their love is struggle. You never hear them say, I have a good relationship with my child's father, boyfriend, or husband. There always has to be a struggle. The only time you should have struggle is when you're building strength, not relationships. You should be learning how to forgive. Shout out to the free agent for the PayPal hit. Whoo! I'm sorry. My relationships ran best when we talked it out, we had a fundamental plan, and we stuck to it. I will give credit to one of my 92 ex girlfriends. When her house was damaged from the roof, and her son stayed with me and my son, because my son and her son are best friends, you know what she did one day? She asked me to follow her to the gas station because her car was extremely low in case she broke down. Out of nowhere, she filled up her car, she filled up my truck, and gave me $300 cash, kissed me later, said, I love you, goodbye. How many men could work with that? How many men could work with that? How many men could work with that? Why can't you be this way? Whatever happened to the sweetheart? Thank you once again, free agent. Look what Lion just said. She wouldn't even have to give me money. Filling up the tank and get me a sandwich would suffice. Yeah, here's the secret. Men don't ask for much in return. We'll pull the goddamn planet on our backs to please our women and children. All we ask for is a little bit of goddamn respect. That's all. That's all. What happens to respect? Men don't want love. We want respect first, love second. Women are the opposite. They want love first, then respect. I'd rather you respect me. Why? Why make it hard? Why make it difficult? Why do I even have to ask? Why? 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 Do you know at one point women were the battery in a man's back instead of putting a knife in it? I just want to remember, you know, it hurts. Do you know what actually hurts? Is when you actually have women who are sweethearts when you were growing up. And that's the type of love and respect that you wanted. Men are not out here at the manosphere talking about women because we hate them. We're talking about women is because we're severely heartbroken. Boom, boom. Ladies and gentlemen, can I get about 3 donations just to roast this guy? Can I get about 3 donations just to roast this guy? Tori L said, if, number one, what happened to your capital I, you're such a big man, why didn't you help your ex pay off why didn't you help pay off your ex debt? Because she was an ex girlfriend, not an ex wife. That's one. Mm-mm-mm. Mm. 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 Shall I say it again? She was an ex girlfriend, not an ex wife. There's a difference in the benefits. There's a difference in the benefits. Did I not state earlier if she would have married me, her debt would have been paid off? Did I not say that, folks? See, these are these goofy ass niggas. Shout out to Aqua Dragon. Baltimore, stand up. Woo! See, these are these goofy detractors that come over to our spaces trying to rebuke the knowledge we're trying to bestow. Did I not say if she would have married me, her debt would have been fucking forgiven? Don't even block him. I want to see the next comment he has to say. So, why should I pay off debts to a woman who has not shown me that she was worthy to do that? No, no, unblock him, please. Unblock him. Just like if I was a boyfriend, there's certain husband benefits I should not receive. Oh, 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 wait a minute. A member of the black manosphere saying that he should not get certain benefits? Yes. There's a certain respect husband and wife are given. The honor and protection bestowed to a husband and wife should not be frivolously given. You goofy motherfucker. This is the reason why baby mama replaced wife. Why should she why should she cooperate if you're not putting money or your value on the table up front? Because I put who I am up front. I'm already valuable. Who said I didn't put money and helped her out? Because that's the same chick who did the same for me. See, let me break this down for you. That's the same ex who did the same thing with filling up to give money. At the same time, when her roof was destroyed from a very hard storm in Baltimore, she stayed with me and my son. At the same time, she was taking my son to school when I picked up my son and hers. So we brought value to each other's lives. It might not have worked out, but we still brought value to each other's lives. And it wasn't just about, you know, them C notes. And see, this is the problem. Where you start is where you finish. If you put yourself out there as a mark, that's how marks get made. See, Tori L, tell me, what woman follows you? See, here's the problem that I will give men. A man should play with his character first. He should stand on his square, bringing his character first. Fuck your money. Because if a man is all about his money and that's all he can provide, what the fuck happens if he loses his job? What the fuck happens if he has one bad day, one bad week, one bad month, one bad year? Should that man still be given the same fucking respect? First of all, a man wants a woman who will love him if they were in a cardboard box the same way they would be in a fucking mansion. And see, that's the most beta shit you could do is just leave with your money with no substance and no character. Whoa! And then you always wonder why so many men get taken up for marks. You wonder why. See, here's the problem. If you start with character first, your money is safe. If you look at her character and your character and see if they mesh, you would eliminate a lot of problems in your life. I want you to realize that I don't have hate speech on my channel, contrary to popular belief. I bring hope with reality. I don't ask for no woman to give me what I can't produce. What about you, Tori? See, let's talk about the bootstraps for a second, free agent. The bootstraps was the biggest fucking lie we have told Americans, especially black America. Every ethnic group except black people, specifically black men, were never given shoes. So how the fuck can we pull ourselves by the bootstraps? If you see men like Dr. Dunbar in the chat and just having three letters in front of two letters in front of his name and three in the rear is a goddamn miracle. Men like that should be honored as goddamn superheroes that they allow men like that with that level of intellectual prowess to even get through the goddamn system. Because we already know as black boys and black men, a lot of us fall off by the eighth grade. Only 10% of boys can even read on a goddamn level. But nobody wants to talk about it, how much black schools are predominantly dominated by black women, but you can't even teach the boys to read. And you wonder why your daughter can't find a suitable husband. Because when it was your job to cultivate them, you failed them. That ain't hate speech, that's just goddamn facts. But what about the father? Hey, I'm going to tell you the same damn thing I told anybody else. If a man picks a bad wife, that's his fault. If a woman picks a bad father, that's her fault. Sorry. When you have 100% control in the decision, it's on you. Last time I checked, women don't get down on bended knee to ask for a man's hand in marriage. Last time I checked, men don't have babies. But y'all don't hear me though. Give me a woo in the chat if you hear me, man. Give me a woo in the chat. You got to understand culture. You got to understand why I broke it down to the mentality of what BGS graced us with the 92 octane. He gave us a title to call. If you're going to deal with that chick, you better be willing to work your fucking ass off because that's what her mentality is like. There's no rung on the ladder that's high enough. She's always got to keep going up. The problem is the further you go up, the less you're gonna see of men like us. And if you do see a man like us, he's got more options than goddamn Lamar Jackson on a fucking quarterback scramble play. Wait a minute, I got Zay Flowers. Wait a minute, I got Mark Andrews. Wait a minute, I'm gonna pass it to Gus. Fuck it, I'm gonna run it in my damn self. When he has all the options, he has all the choice. I keep telling a lot of women there are certain men that are hard to come by. If you think that man was the shit then in your 20s, look at him in 30s. Look at him at 40. God forbid if he keeps himself in shape. You don't get it because you can't comprehend simple English. That's why. I say the same things is because you don't get it. Either you're idiotic or you're just being defiant. You understand what the fuck I just said. And see, here's the problem. You don't just deal with the women who just deal with you. That was the lot that we were given for decades now. See, he can't even think of a fucking good comeback. Some people can speak all day and have nothing to say. And that's the reason why I tell you don't block him. Let him explain his idiotic self. What's up, Snowman? How about that football game? I'm not going to lie to you, Snowman. The Jets versus the Chiefs was a very damn good game. Mahomes was looking a little shaky. Well, a lot shaky, really. See, guys like Tori L would call me a guy who's full of shit, but I tell you my ups and downs. I ain't full of shit. I've been through these. These are the majority of women I've dated. Okay? One of my exes, probably you could call her my first love or first girlfriend, she graduated from fucking Spelman. That tells you what type of women I've dated. One of my other exes just graduated from University of Baltimore. Another ex just got her fucking MBA from fucking Howard. Another ex went to Bowie and got her master's a few years ago. Why do I have to change the women I date when I'm fine with the situation that I'm in? At this point in my life, I'm not a player with the cards. I'm the motherfucking dealer. And the house always wins, baby. Maybe you should take it like that. Maybe tell us about your woman, Tori. I get hit on by 20-year-old, 25-year-old women all the time, 30-year-old women all the time. Okay? 40-year-old women all the time. At this moment of my life, I'm the dealer. I make rules now. I'm not the dumb 20-year-old. I'm experienced enough to know what I'm doing, but still young enough to do it, baby. I'll tell you that much. It's a damn good time when a man can be a choosy lover. You don't see Snowman complaining about his wife. As a matter of fact, Jody's the reason why Snowman is still above ground. That's a real woman, regardless of her education. Her education is secondary or tertiary to the relationship. I've dated a lot of educated women, okay? There's some things in common. If they weren't educated then exactly, they are educated now. And each one of them will tell you Charles is probably the smartest motherfucker I've ever met. There's times they would put me on the phone with their professors, and the professors would ask me, "What degree do you hold?" I didn't finish college. As a matter of fact, so many of my exes pick my brain for their subject matter and for my expertise that they even stated that half that degree is mine. I talked about that, Alfonso Morris. The reason why is because, like your muscles, when you don't work them out, they can go through atrophy, just like the muscles of being in a relationship, being cordial will go through apathy. Apathy. They weakened over time. What's disturbing is this: when you try to give men good advice, You know it. If I didn't help them write papers, I helped them get the thesis together. Oh, I've helped a lot of shit when it came to their grades, subject matter and all. See, it's not just about love because we have to fundamentally say, do I like you? It's like you have a dog or cat, right? Your dog take a piss on the floor. You might correct your dog, whether if you take a newspaper to the head or put their nose in the piss or the feces. You might be upset with that damn dog or cat, but you still love it. You still like it. And see, a lot of times we go in for love. I should not just be in love with you, but I should have love for you. But it should not be so blinding that I can't see the obvious things in front of me either. I thought you were going, you lame ass motherfucker. See, they always come back. Damn, Tori, if you're going to stay here, the least you could do is donate instead of donating your stupidity. Shout out to LAPD SWAT. Never argue with an idiot. They will bring you down to their level, beat you with experience. Of course. This is the reason why I didn't, I told everybody not to block them because you never interrupt an idiot making a mistake or speaking. He can show you how idiotic he is on his own. I don't really have to say much. You know, some people, the only reason they're alive is because their mama forgot to swallow and their daddy forgot to get a napkin. I appreciate you, free agent. You're right, Big Kev. The space is controversial because the solutions provided are not popular. Think about it. At some point, it's just like when me and my cousin did executive protection. Shout out to Jules in Florida. At some point, we had to come up with a strategy to say, hey, who's gonna get the family out to safety and who's gonna stay laying down cover. I brought 200 rounds of 40 caliber with me. I can keep the fight going. I can keep the fight going. You take them out. You have to have a plan. You have to have a strategy. You have to have something of substance. The problem is with a lot of dudes, when they get fucked up, they go into relationships without substance. What happens when you don't have a plan? When you fail to plan, you plan to fail. I want you to realize that. How many guys go into relationships without a plan? How many guys go into relationships without a plan? I want you to think about that. If we have subject matter that can help guys out from making the mistakes that either I made, somebody older than me made, and not going to a relationship without a plan, then hey, the job is done. When do you see me complaining? I'm gonna ask you this question. Am I complaining or was I giving up facts? Did I give up facts on how the culture for 92 black women truly is? But see, guys like you want to constantly be detractors. You know why? Because you kiss the ass of people that you never know anything about. You can't attract them. You can't get with them. And I'm going to tell you the same thing I told people years ago. I can talk about women, one, because I'm straight, and two, I can attract them. I don't know what people in your class do, but I do that. See, I'm not complaining about the women. I've accepted them for who they are. What did BGS say one time that was so epic? You love women in your ignorance, you understand them in your wisdom, you comprehend them in your knowledge, and you love them for the flawed creatures they are. How? Where's Tori? Where's Tori? Where are you, bro? see, see, a lot of you guys out there, I'm not here to tell you to whine about women. I'm giving you hope. I'm giving you the fundamentals of finding if you do find a woman who's a 92. If you find a woman who's a 92 who's giving of herself, you got a great thing. Because most 92s aren't going to do that. Most are not going to do that. So let's stop being coy with about a bunch of dumb shit, man. There's a reason why Ebony K was married and divorced her husband because she wasn't a loving, giving person. She didn't learn her lesson until she was 40. Didn't learn her lesson. I refuse to let men go out there foolish. Even if they do something foolish, you can't lie to the people and say you weren't warned. You can't lie to the people and say, I didn't know this. You can't lie and say to the people, hey, nobody told me this information. For guys like Toriel, do me a favor. Tell me where I'm wrong. If you got that much to say, tell me where the fuck I'm wrong. Last time I checked, I've been pretty accurate. Been pretty accurate for what I'm saying. I have experience. I have friends who've been through good times and bad times with every level of female in the Octane series. I don't speak on this from theory. I speak on this shit from practice. So it is my duty to actually give back the knowledge I've received. But see, if I was talking about the black woman was God, I would have 100,000 subscribers and I could literally retire and just live off my earnings from YouTube. But because I tell the God honest truth about black men, black women, black situations and relationships, I'm considered controversial. You ever notice everybody in the chat? I'm the guy who originated that black men are the garbage men of the dating world. How many black women and how many guys like Tori objected to that? And I know a lot of black men were insulted when I said it. They didn't agree with me. Till I made them look. I made them challenge their. See, the beautiful thing about people who may not agree with you at first but have an open mind, at least they take the time out to see if this guy is legit in what he's saying or not. I'm a black man. My statement threw me under the bus as well, you fucking idiot. I know. I've been into black culture for 41 years. But nobody wants to ever say, is he wrong? Nobody wants to say that shit. I think we need to stop having our feelings draped over like, your feelings are showing. Ooh. I think we need to get back and being logical. That's the part that I love about what Ebony K stood on. That logic and reality dictated. She couldn't go off of what she thought, what she felt. She had to go by reality. And let me tell you, reality dictates your feelings. Reality dictates more than your feelings ever will. You're right, Snowman. Find a lie. Tell me where I lied. Last time I checked, I'm going to ask everybody listening to me currently, and I hope everybody actually answers. Did I give a fair and balanced view of 92 octanes? Did I give a fair and balanced view of the 92 octanes? Did I talk about the nice stuff that the 92 octanes did for me? I had another 92 octane throw me a surprise birthday party that I was dating. I had a lot of stuff going. See, you don't get hate, you just get what it is. You got to be careful of what you allow. If it's not fair and balanced, then something's wrong. And I think we need to get back to that shit. But anyway, uh, oh yeah, tell her happy birthday. I want you to think about this. Why not be fair and balanced? Exactly, Willa. You can't buy loyalty. You're either gonna get it or you're not. It's like a woman who tells you, if you can pay all the bills, that's when I can be submissive. You're either submissive or you're not. Regardless if them bills are paid or not. Regardless if they're working or not, you're still who you are. Because if you're gonna be a bitch while I'm paying all the bills, you're certainly gonna be a bitch when I can't afford to. If you're a great woman while I'm paying the bill when I don't have anything, you're gonna be a great woman when I can pay something. And that's the fundamental issue. That's the fundamental issue. Is to be wise enough to understand the difference. There are young men and men in my age bracket who listen to me on a regular basis. I'm not going to give you bullshit. I'm not going to give you pipe dreams. A lot of you actually have, through the years, paid me good damn money to tell you the fucking truth, regardless if I like it or not. Thank you for everybody who views. Thank you for everybody who donates. Thank you for even people who just share my shit with their friends. Thank you. But it's my duty not to give you bullshit either. And what we need to realize is that we're all that we got. And we need to hold on to that for as long as we can. If we need to learn how to work together, we're going to have to learn how to plan together, make money together, have fun together, live together. And even when we upset, learn how to talk it out, yell it out, fight it out, and be friends again. I feel bad for a person like Ebony. You know why? She has to go on national television admitting her failure. Despite all this power, I could never truly get what I wanted, and that was a family. And when I had the opportunity to do so, I focused on everything else but that. Mm. In the words of Mighty Escanor from the Seven Deadly Sins, I don't hate anybody. I can't hate anybody that is beneath me. The only thing I can do is give it my pity. I don't care that she makes more money than me. I got something she can't buy. Think about it. She's 40, millionaire. I got my son. Why am I gonna why am I gonna shit upon somebody who wish they could be in my shoes? I know goddamn well she could trade all that money, that beautiful house, the celebrity for a decent, nice, halfway well off family. Exactly, Mr. Dr. Dunbar. Injecting, self injecting herself in the stomach every day, meaning 50K in, is shit is serious. Exactly. You gotta pump in progesterone and shit. And like I said, she would think a guy who has a doctorate in pharmacology like Dr. Dunbar is not good enough. She would think that, and she would be sadly mistaken. But she would rather pump herself full of fucking chemicals and all that instead of saying, you know what? When I was married, I should have focused on getting a family. I should have focused on this shit. That's no different than somebody wanting to go into law enforcement past the age of 40, 45. It's hard on you. Hmm. She's probably a proxy for type here in the DC area. You ain't lying. From the DC, Baltimore, and metropolitan area, that's the average attitude. I want you to think about that. There are some people in this world who would trade all their money to be in your spot. They would trade in all your money to be in their spot. You can't cheat nature. Nature wins. If she was a guy doing the same thing, nobody would question it because they would be like, oh, he could start a family at 40. Not women. It's very hard for women to have babies at 40, especially your first one. Mm, mm, mm. One of my best friends, his fiance had his two kids, one her late 30s and one early 40s. And she even said it out of her mouth. Hell no. I wish I would have never thought about having kids that late. Don't get me wrong. I love my kids, but God, it was a struggle. She's at geriatric pregnancy at 30, at 32, 33, 34, 35. You're considered geriatric pregnancy. What do you think 40 would feel like? And she even gave you the skinny when she said, and I mean, thank you, Ebony K. Williams, for being so candid and honest, that most insurance companies will not cover you if you're not married. And guess who's the least married women in America? Anybody want to take a guess? Now you see why Kevin said he believes in marriages? Because so many women from insurance policies alone are gonna be fucked because they're not married. A lot of women could get fertility medicines covered in their insurance if they were married. See, y'all don't understand the gift that is Ebony K. Williams. Every black man on the street should take a picture with her, give her a hug, walk her across the street. I will say this right now. Ebony K. Williams should be protected at all costs. You know why? She's the newest member of the Black Manosphere. That's all we needed. She's the newest member of the Black Manosphere. Ebony K. Williams is going to carry us forward like John the Baptist. Oh, God. She is going to be able to get to certain circles because of her notoriety, her education, and her connection to higher educated women. And our talking points are going to go so far. We're going to make so much change. And guess what? The beautiful thing about it is we didn't have to pay her one goddamn cent. Whoa! Can I get a woo for that? Mr. Magnetic, you ain't shit. Ebony K. Samuels. Woo! The beautiful thing about Ebony K is that she's the newest member of the Manosphere, whether she like it or not. And when she went on the Breakfast Club and she broke them motherfuckers down like a shotgun, and she had that one bitch triggered. Woo! Welcome to the club, baby. Welcome to the goddamn club. We should protect Ebony K. Williams at all costs. We should protect her. See, this is something you're not going to hear. We should protect her. We should protect her because, number one, she's one of us now. She may have her gynocentric views, but shit, she got more in common with us than she got with other people. And guess what? She's in a sorority with other high class females. So the talking points are going to be ringing high. Protect our eggs. Hey, hey. Are those eggs scrambled or sunny side up? That's all I gotta say. Are they scrambled or sunny side up? Oh yeah, she's blowing up their shit like fucking. She coming in there like gangbusters. Man, she came in there like all might when they were at the fucking when they were at the training center. Boom! Kick down the doors. They kicked down the doors. Boom! It's all might. It's Ebony K. Run! Oh, oh my god! I can't stand. You can't make this shit up. Oh my god! Boom! Ebony K, motherfucker. She should come in there like fucking Batman, just with the cape and shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. Like, share, subscribe, people. Like, share, subscribe, and donate to the Cash App. Oh my god. She gonna come in there. This was like a job for Ebony K. Oh my god. Ice, ice babies. Do, 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 do. Oh my god. Y'all niggas ain't shit. Y'all enjoy me not being shit with y'all. Oh my god, that's the cash app. Ice, ice, babies. Oh boy. Oh boy. Arg, she's taking Bobby Drake's dick. And for all my people out there who are comic book fans, you know who Bobby Drake is. If you don't know who Bobby Drake is, look it up. Got Bobby Drake's dick to impregnate my fucking kids. Let's see what the good docs say. You know what was job, Charles? Her saying it's not a men's decision. Their show would have gotten crazy. So I understand that this affects us all exactly. Oh my god! Arg! We need Bobby Drake to come here for my eggs. Oh, oh, somebody. I know there's some people who don't know who Bobby Drake is. Please answer them. Please answer in the chat who Bobby Drake is. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is so funny. You know what? I did not know that Sub Zero had his degree in cryogenics and shit. And he's freezing over eggs nowadays. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yes, Bobby Drake is the Iceman, original X-Men, baby. Arr, gotta use Bobby Drake's dick to keep my eggs fucking cool. Arr. Oh my god. Oh my god. I wonder if she keeps her eggs in ice trays, but oh, I'm having too much with this shit. Oh, I really do mean that. We should protect Ebony K at all costs. Ah! Oh god. Oh, I'm crying. Oh shit. Oh shit. I wonder if Elsa, Iceman, and Sub Zero have a snow fight. Will the winners be the eggs? I'm just asking. You can see Ebony K with an egg carton in the middle of the fight, like, here, protect them. Oh my god. Oh, remind me that one lyric from Rick James. You used to be cold as ice so long ago. You can turn on my fire, baby. Oh, I know y'all like this thing is stupid. I know. Oh, I do really mean that. We should protect her at all costs. Oh my god. You know what? You're definitely right about that, Will. The sisterhood's gonna go on an all-around assault with Gabby K. Williams, same like they did Rebecca Lynn Pope. Gonna be interesting to see how long she maintains this new stance. Well, this is what I say. You maintain it, ride it till the wheels fall off, and we should benefit off of it. Yes. If we got to produce money and we got to put money in our pocket to support her talking our points, so be it. Because, hey, who listens to black women better than black women? She should be protected. See, I'm not against lobbying people's respect, okay? It's the same shit in politics, and it's kind of the reason why black men are on the bottom because we don't pay for where we want to stay. You get my drift? We got to pay for where we stay. So when it comes to this shit, we're gonna have to support some people. Not only manosphere, but we're gonna have to support people talking our talking points. I'm not saying give her money yet. Let's not be crazy yet. We got to test the waters out and see if this motherfucker's, not just new to this, but true to this shit. But eventually, we're gonna have to start lobbying people to talk our interests. And she's connected a lawyer, so she got some fucking some sorority sisters in politics somewhere that we might need down the line. See, we got to think strategically long term. The reason why Rebecca Bunn Pope turned around is because guess what? Who was our number one dope supplier? It's the number one dope supplier was women. At that point, she was so vulnerable to the gynocracy that black men could have bought Rebecca Lynn Pope for cheap and would have had Rebecca Lynn Pope fucking talking our points, pushing us forward. See, you got to understand military strategy. Thank you. Thank you, cartel. Thank you. You think it would be uncommon for Ebony K. Williams to be in a fucking sorority meeting with Kamala Harris, the number two under the sun in the United States right now? What would happen if we supported her to go talk on our behalf to Kamala? See, some people don't understand military strategy. Well, no, we can't do that. There are some spaces. I want you to think about this for a second, right? Once upon a time, before all this binary shit was out, could you go? Thank you, Dr. Dunbar. We're going to get to that comment in a minute. Men couldn't go into the women's bathroom, women couldn't go to the men's bathroom. So, sometimes you had to have a nice little old lady to take your daughter, if you had a daughter, or little sister to the bathroom. Sometimes you got to use the same strategy and have somebody speak on your behalf. And unfortunately, fellas, we can't be cheap. That's the number one reason that gynocracy keeps kicking your fucking ass. This is probably the longest I've ever spoken on a live stream without having a panel because I'm teaching today. How many times do black women come out their pockets just for people to speak what they want to hear? Like the good doctor said, chess, not checkers. Kamala was being attacked by one of the co hosts from the Breakfast Club because she was so triggered. Sometimes just sending a couple of good emails and letters to that person, supporting them and saying, thank you for telling the truth. Thank you for telling my daughter that she should focus on family as well as her education. If black men did that in droves, don't you think that would start to turn the wheels towards our side? My man from Vinland Saga said, and I quote, I have no enemies. A lot of brothers don't even play chess. A lot of brothers don't even play checkers. A lot of you niggas are stuck on Connect Four. It's about time you graduate to playing Risk. Sometimes you gotta lobby and buy a motherfucker's vote. Sorry. 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 I'm a military strategist by trade. Listen, which is why I don't understand why people made such a big deal about just pearly things. We need women like that to take the slings and arrows. Yeah, you're gonna have to because they're gonna be in. You, how many men can go to a woman's only fucking convention? Think about it. What if Ebony K. Williams spoke to college girls or high school girls about how to about focusing on getting the best man and family and your son's benefit? You fuck up this opportunity right now where she's vulnerable. You fuck up this opportunity now while she's vulnerable and watch the gynocracy start funneling money again. Or she's going to do what Rebecca did, backtrack on what she said. When guess what? If all my viewers and all my money is coming from the dudes, fuck all that. I'm going to where the money is. Give me a woo if I'm making sense. Give me a hell no if I'm not. Please. Let's know if we're tracking or not. Right now, because of what she said, she can be bought pennies on a dollar. Because how many women disagreed with her on that show, including the co host? I'm a military strategist. Fuck all that. Buy her ass. Buy her ass. I keep telling niggas, you don't look at the strategy that's in front of you. You fight with the army you got, not the one you want. You're damn right, JT. Put your money where the fuck your mouth is. If you want change, you gotta buy and fix it. If you got a leaky pipe, sometimes the best way is to cut that motherfucker out and put a new one there. You're gonna have to buy her. I'm gonna tell you, Willa, when Cynthia G was destroyed, is when I asked her one question: what's the opposite of a beta male coon? What's the opposite of a dusty? And she ran and she lost all credibility. But it was Hotep niggas and certain niggas who supposed to be part of the Black Manosphere brought her back. I want you to realize this shit, and you heard it here first. What's up? What's up, babe? How you feeling today, man? Embrace the villainy, man. Sometimes you either die a hero or you live long enough to be the villain, man. See, I want Dr. Dunbar, I want Bay, I want where's my other boy? AB Media. I want you to quote me on this shit. There's only two things that are gonna happen. Either we gonna buy her support or we gonna lose it back to the fucking gynocracy. She's vulnerable. She can be bought for cheap. Start sending emails. Start sending super chat. Whatever the fuck when she gets online. Thank you, Cleveland. Yep, she's the second most popular AKA in the country, second only to the fucking vice president. I swear to God, strategy is my thing. I'm certified in corporate security management, risk management, and risk assessment. Everything from active shooter to earthquake management. I know strategy, man. You supposed to buy those motherfuckers when they're cheap. When the arrows are slinging, that's when the hip lights are supposed to get the shields together. Hey, thank you for talking to my daughter. You don't even got to be a simp about it. Just be honest. I got a niece. Thank you for telling my niece that she needs to focus on not only her education, but focus on her family at a good time. If she gets more of that support by email, and then you start bringing in a few dollars here and there, the tides will turn. But I don't know. Who should I have more faith in? The brothers or Ebony K? Because a lot of niggas missed the boat with Pearlie. A lot of niggas missed the boat with Rebecca Lynn Pope. Don't you want to be a part of the winning side? Yes, we can still keep our manosphere voice and talking points. We still got Dr. Dunbar, Dr. Tiason Johnson, Dr. Ronald Neal, Dr. Green Gorilla. We still got Bay. We still got me. We still got Angry Man and other people. But yes, to to continue the strategy to prolong the battle, you're gonna have to get more women on your side who can go to spaces that we cannot go. We can't go into the fucking AKA meetings. There, I said it. Thank you. Thank you. Black men need to understand that people like Ebony K are talking to niggas who fill out W 2s but 1099s. Thank you. Give me somebody. Please tell me in the comment section, am I giving a winning strategy? Hell, even if it's a losing strategy, it's better than no fucking strategy at all. And that's what the fuck we've been going by. No strategy at all. The first step of the manosphere, the first part of the manosphere was what? To convince black men they weren't fucking crazy. The second part was to get our talking points out there. The third part was to bring the intelligentsia, the educated ones, into the space. The next one is to now lobby our voices. What did I tell you about my man from Vinland Saga? I have no enemies. Some of you niggas need to learn how to be team members and learn how to work with the devil and make him look good. There are some times you're going to have to give up a little to gain a lot. Tell me if I have a bad strategy. Please. I'm open for suggestion. This is all great, but be dateable. True facts. Exactly. You got to know when to strike while the iron's hot. I'm going to tell you, my cat, who was asleep a minute ago right next to me, now he's up trying to get my attention. You know what he learned to do? First time he came to my old house. Well, we had an issue with a mice because I didn't know the neighbors next to me had a fucking cat. So of course they're gonna go to path of least resistance. You know what he did? The first week he sat right in front of that goddamn stove and patiently waited and knew when to strike. Bam! Got one. Bam! Got two. By the time he got the third mouse, you didn't have any mice in the house anymore. They got his scent and they knew not to fuck with him. They knew not to fuck with him. My experience with working with the devil, metaphorically, is that sometimes in the military or in the police department, you may work with people you don't give a shit about, and they don't give a shit about you. But at the moment, you need that individual to get past some things. Okay? Sometimes you gotta work with people. I'd rather work with a surly person who can get shit done than a friend who can't. And see, here's the problem is that we gotta make sure we gotta like everybody. There's not everybody in the black manosphere that I agree with. There are some people I like a lot, and I don't agree with them all the time. But guess what? You got to take the bad, the good, the bad, and the ugly with everybody you meet. Even with Miss Williams, if she can be used to help further the fucking content and be used to help with furthering men's rights, I say we go for it. I say we try to get a sit down or somebody who could get a sit down. I say support her. I don't say we got to kiss her ass either. But while she's talking the talking points, you get underneath the sails while the wind's blowing in her direction. You pull up the sails and you set sail. Black men will be yards away from a winning touchdown, but will toss the ball to the team want every because they want everybody to win. Yeah, sound like some Seahawks versus the fucking Patriots at the Super Bowl, doesn't it? Yeah, she can hate men and black men especially. But guess what? Remember what I said about working with the devil? Does your agenda go forward or backwards working with her? If she's the most popular AKA, and we have to admit something, a lot of women who are AKAs are in very prominent positions in this country. And that's part of the example of working with the devil. Sometimes you got to give up something to get a lot. You can't go through this mindset, black men, of thinking you don't got to pay shit to get your way. Sometimes you got to pay. I think she hates black men too, but guess what? She can't say black men were wrong. The lawyer in her can't object to that logic. Of course, you don't go in there blindly now. Don't, no, no. Charles never said go in there with blind admiration and devotion. Fuck no. Fuck no. But you get what you get out of a motherfucker. I hate to say it, but it's the pimp and the hoe strategy. Fuck no. You always make sure your ass is covered. It's definitely the Trump dynamic. See, when Pearlie was getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and niggas didn't support, niggas didn't buy her vote. Guess what she went back to? She went back to Zaddy. You goddamn right, Bay. Now you got it. Well, I know Bay had it the whole time, but now we cooking. And see, we can't go by symbolic victories anymore. We got to go for political. Fuck all the morality shit. I don't have morality. I told y'all that before. I have a code. Fuck all the morality shit. You want morality? Go to your imam, go to your rabbis, go to your priests or your pastors. Have a code. Whatever happened to black men being logical? The enemy of my enemy is my friend until I need to trounce that enemy. No guts, no glory, no game, no fame, no game. Yeah. See, this is the one thing that Ebony has over Pearl. One, Ebony is an attractive female. Mm. You can't shit on her. You can't shit on her. You can't fucking shit on her physical features. Black women can't say, oh, you following that ugly bitch and just ignore her. No. She's still, even at 40, she's still an attractive woman. That's an advantage. People listen to attractive people more. Sorry. It's just how the world works. Remember, black pill people, we look at the world without morality. Two, she's an AKA. She's the educated class. You got to use people for what they. You think a corporation loves you? Okay. You think the military loves you? When niggas start realizing you are just numbers, it gets simpler from there. Hold on. I'm back. I'm gonna be honest with you, Bay. I think that's exactly what her problem is. She can't say it because she knows who butters that bread, but that's exactly what usually the problem is. I never met a chick who, I won't say it's always divestment when a black chick marries a white guy or dates white guys, but I will say this. I have never met a black chick If she's Once she gets out of a relationship with a white guy, guess who the fuck she's coming back to? And if she cheats, guess who she's fucking? It ain't another white guy. Hello. Goodbye. It's if a black guy came with half of her, just had the looks alone, and just had half of what she's worth, she would take him in a heartbeat. Oh, trust me, the right pipe. Oh, the right pipe. Oh my goodness. If you hit it with the thunderbolt connected to a fucking a connected to a telephone pole, shit. You throw dick like Flacco through the fucking football to Jacoby Jones, man, shit. She be talking a new. I got a new attitude. Ooh, 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 ooh. Shit, man. I already know what half her problems were. You know, when women get good dick, a lot of that ignorant shit gets shut the fuck down. Because secretly, women want to be dominated by men. It's sexual pleasure. You got a guy that could dominate you? Shit. That's half the battle. When you got good dick, a lot of requirements monetarily goes down all of a sudden. A lot of those requirements for money go down all of a sudden. I'm just saying. Don't talk about pig pill. You ain't shit, AB. Women run back to good dick. These chicks ain't complicated. They just treat the lameness accordingly. Of course. And I don't blame them. This is the reason why I say shout out to Ron Wills, the field general. You gotta get your goddamn body game right. If you look like half a piles of shit, women ain't gonna respect you. Men aren't gonna respect you. But if you look like something half decent, even if you say stupid shit, at least people will take the time to listen to your stupid shit because you look the part. And see, that's one of the biggest things of strategy. Do you look the part? Do you look like you can demand what you ask for? That's one of the ultimate things. Can you demand? Do you look like you can demand for what you're asking for? I know what this is going to turn to. Sergeant Faulkner said, the colonel said that we should all put our money to Ebony K. Williams and just let her talk for us. No. Oh, that's the bottom line. You know how many chicks that told me I only date guys that are 6'6"? And I gave her the sword of omens, thunder, thunder, thundercats. Ho! Changed all that shit. I don't date guys who are dark skinned. Changed all that shit. Good dick could take you places you never could get on your own, man. You can tell you got good dick when that chick looks at you and she just twirling her hair around in her finger. When they twirling their hair around in that finger and they thinking of whatever. I'm gonna tell you, hey, I'm not lying to you. There's a lot of chicks that told me what they ain't gonna do, what they can't do, what they won't do, who they do, Scooby Doo, all this other shit. Next thing you know, you give them a good dick session, and they walking a little bow-legged. You know that buys you a little bit of shut the fuck up time sometimes. Hey, shut the fuck up. Okay. Man, I'm gonna tell you this one. You run through a bitch's sexual history, it's a smorgasbord of fucking lame dick. You can tell when you got good dick. It's when that bitch start fucking stalking your ass a little bit. Yeah, they do be like that when you got good dick. When he tells me shut up, I'll be quiet. When he gone, I'm gonna talk again. You can tell if you got good dick when you don't have to ask to get your dick sucked. When you get through the house and she trying to unbuckle your shit in front of the family at Thanksgiving. Let me suck your dick in front of the neighbors. Like, come on, girl, I gotta live here. Ask behind now. Oh man. Imagine somebody beating the brakes off her Ebony Cage Doolies. I mean, giving her that jungle dick. I mean, that's some that rawhide savannah dick. Just she sounds like a Baltimore club mix. Ooh, 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 dun dun dun, dun dun dun, ooh, ee. And when she sound like she doing a remix to Brighter Days and shit, when you clapping them cheeks. Oh shit! How about to make me cry again? Oh man, y'all niggas ain't shit. Oh man, let me get out of here. I got shit to do. Woo! And we out.